Got British heat waves, ain't got nothing on America. It'll be interesting to see how hot America is compared to UK. I know it's hotter, but like even more details about it. Yeah, let's check this out, man.
The year was 1913. The place, Death Valley. And this was not the beginning of a vampire novel. Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to heat waves. Both countries have experienced their fair share of them over the centuries. As someone who orbited
more recently,
the sun
oh my god,
26 times while living in Britain, I vaguely recall some of my homelands. I say vaguely because the thing about heat waves is that they don't linger in the memory like a blizzard or a hurricane. They don't yield shaky YouTube videos or Michael Bay set pieces. They're just a period of perspirational misery. In 2006, Britain experienced its hottest ever July, with the thermometer soaring to what I thought was a quite ridiculous 99 degrees Fahrenheit. One night, my wife and I camped out in my brother's living room in London. What happened next was a lesson in why you should never sleep on a blow-up mattress atop a flat in 99-degree heat in a country where AC is fiction. Rumour has it that
that's the problem with the UK, right? We don't have ACs. So like when it gets hot, the inside of like buildings and stuff and like houses, especially homes, it's too hot, man.
Sweat still haunts the ceiling. But what is a heat wave? A heat wave is not just a case of hot weather. If it was, the southern US would be embroiled in perpetual summer heat wave, with temps often reaching what on earth degrees Fahrenheit. No, a heat wave is a period of heat relative to the usual temperature of a place or season. When measurements exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Britain, as they did in Cambridge last year, it's definitely a heat wave. And I know that because this has only happened twice in the nation's history. In parts of the US, it's an annual tradition and will only become more frequent this century. Even while living toward the Great Lakes, I've encountered the dreaded 3 digits more than once.
See, but the thing is, right, aren't you guys okay over in America? Like, because you got the nice weather when you go outside, but then when you go indoors, like when you go in the car, you got the AC. When you go in buildings, you got the AC. When you go in your homes, you got the AC. It's like you're nice and cool and stuff.
Between this and America's extreme winters, there's a reason I miss British weather. After all, British heat waves ain't got nothing on America. If you don't believe me, let's take a look at a selection of America's greatest heats. While not the hottest, this heat wave is notable for its persistence. In July and August of 1896, it impacted several populous cities such as New York, Boston, and Chicago over a period of 10 days. That's 24 hours longer than Michelle Phillips was married to Dennis Hopper. During those 10 days, the temperatures in those cities remained above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, even at night. Worse still, temperatures in those cities remained above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, even at night. Worse still, the humidity was about 90%, and this was in the days before aircon and Ben & Jerry's Chunky Monkey. Before entering into a bet with William Howard Taft over who could rock the best presidential facial hair, Teddy Roosevelt was New York City Police Commissioner. During the heat wave, he dished out ice creams to residents, which leads me to think he might have missed his true calling in life.
Hey, what a guy.
To my mind, the world was truly robbed of mustache.
Wait, where's my free ice creams?
Flavored ice cream. Just as 2020 feels like a runaway train that's devoured 12 bottles of Dennis Hopper, 1936 felt the same way, but in black and white. America was in the throes of its worst ever depression. The Dust Bowl continued to engulf the Great Plains, and the nation endured one of its worst heat waves in modern history. The year's one bright spark was when Olympian Jesse Owens stormed to 4 gold medals in front of German Chancellor and ardent snowflake Adolf Hitler. But even as that was happening, temperatures in multiple states had exceeded 100 degrees for more than 10 consecutive days.
Bro, there's no way.
State records had to be rewritten. To this day, 13 states have yet to best the record.
You know what? Like, you guys are surviving still with that. You know what I mean? But like, bro, in the UK, if it ever got that hot, we'd all be dead. We'd all be dead. Like, I don't even know how I'd survive in the house at that heat.
They set in the summer of 1936. This includes North Dakota, where temperatures soared.
We'd all have to, like, the government needs to install ACs into our homes, or make it like a cheaper system. I don't even know how much it costs to like get an AC inside your home.
121 degrees. Nationwide, more than 5,000
Americans
died due to the heat. Crop devastation was widespread, and it just happened to follow one of the coldest winters in US history. To this day, 2 states have yet to best the records they set in February 1936. This includes North Dakota, Dakota, where temperatures plummeted to minus 60 degrees. 1936, kicking North Dakota's arse since 1936. In the early 50s, Gene Kelly was singing In the Rain. This would have been a huge kick in the teeth to people in the central United States because a persistent and record-setting heatwave was wreaking havoc there. Some areas experienced worse drought than during the Dust Bowl. In 1954, the year of Dennis Hopper's first television appearance, 11 states endured 22 days of 100-plus weather, and the Super Soaker 50 was still the stuff of a madman's
A whole month, 100 degrees more.
In July of that year, my current state of Illinois recorded its highest ever temperature, with the thermometer reaching 117 degrees in East St. Louis.
Yo.
Rumour has it that microbes are still hiding under Eads Bridge to this day. This is not an actual heat wave. Right? This is a Motown hit by Martha and the Vandellas. Yeah, it's a great song, but we don't have the rights to it. Can we skip to 88? Thanks.
Wait, we do everything in Celsius, so let me Google real quick. 117 Fahrenheit to Celsius. 47 degrees. Bro. Nearly 50.
In America,
Bro,
1988
what?
is remembered less for its heat wave and more for the droughts it exacerbated. It's also remembered by me for an unusual lack of Dennis Hopper films.
Aye, that is mad. Aye, that is mad. Because I'm sat here like complaining about UK weather, right? And the past few days has been between like 27 to 30 degrees Celsius. But indoors feels much hotter than outdoors. Like you go outside. Like the best way to explain it in the UK is you're sweating. It's disgusting. You can't breathe indoors. You go outside, you can like breathe. So like we go outside and it's a lot cooler out there. Because our house is just trapping the heat. But yeah, I can't imagine you go outside and it's twice the heat. Oh my.
And the line, Senator, you're no Jack Nicholson. I think I dreamt that one. But the weather that year was no laughing matter. Weather stations recorded an unprecedented number of days between precipitation in many parts of the Midwest. In the spring, Milwaukee endured 55 days without rain or snow, a phenomenal feat for anyone who's been to Milwaukee. At its worst, the drought covered almost half the nation. Forest fires ran rampant, most notably at Yellowstone National Park, which suffered the largest in its history. The event led to one of the worst dust migrations since the 30s, and schools were forced to close in Dakota of the southern variety. Now, this is all terrible, you're probably thinking, but aren't droughts and heat waves two different things? Well, yeah, it's just that this particular drought happened to coincide with one of the most stunning heat waves since 1936. It's estimated that between 4,000 and 17,000 Americans died as a result. Adjusted for inflation, it's the third costliest natural disaster in US history.
No way.
Katrina and Harvey.
Yo, that's crazy.
In many ways, I've lived two lives, one in Britain and one in America, and a third one in an alternate universe where I have marginally better teeth and go by the name of Emma, but we don't talk about that. The 2016 Southwest heatwave is the only one included on this list.
I kind of wanted to see more recent terms and more like frequent ones. We was going by like the most historic like heatwave events. So here we go, 2015.
About that. The 2016 Southwest heatwave is the only one included on this list to have occurred during my second life as a US resident. The good thing was, it was 2,000 miles away. During the month of June, temperatures in the states of California, Arizona, and Nevada looked more like supercentenarian statistics. You had numbers like 110, my age in Time Lord years, all the way up to 125. That measurement was taken in Needles, California, a place that has literally never been hotter. Of course, California knows a thing or two about heat waves. Not only is the state frequently riddled with droughts and wildfires, it's also home to the hottest recorded temperature the world has ever known. The year was 1913.
Wait, California holds the hottest temperature on the world? Huh? I'm surprised about that.
The place, Death Valley. And this was not the beginning of a vampire novel. On July 10th of that year, the temperature maxed out at 134 degrees.
Hey Siri, what is 134 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius? Oh my god. 56.7 degrees Celsius. Yo. You are starting to cook.
It happened before. It will happen again. Just please not in 2020. That's it for this episode. I hope you're enjoying the warm weather while remaining safe. And welcome to my...
Now I feel dope for complaining like in UK homes, but indoors is horrible, man. It is horrible. You gotta believe me with that. But yeah, that's crazy. But really good video. Enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe for more content. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.